The men who sailed in them were keen to take their fight to the Japanese. On the morning of August the 2nd, a young lieutenant named John F. Kennedy is out commanding PT-109, which is part of a 15-boat group patrolling off the island of New Georgia.
Jack was a very popular fellow. People admired him. He was just a good officer. He just was. That's all there is to it.
He was a great boat handler, having had experience up north around his home, you know, in sailboats and things.
He had a little wind-up Victrola, and he brought records. And so he'd play those records, and we'd listen to it. But he had an 80-foot boat that had seen lots of service. The engines just weren't in apple pie order.
The constant sorties have worn out the 109, but the enemy supply lines to the northern Solomons have to be stopped. Kennedy is out hunting again at 1 o'clock on that fateful morning. In his pack of marauders are PT boats 162 and 169. Nearby, the Japanese destroyer Amagiri has dropped off its supplies and is on a collision course with Kennedy's patrol. Accompanying the 109 is Lawrence Ogilvy, a 21-year-old gunner on board PT-162.
Kennedy took the lead, and we were loafing along there on one engine, which is not really what was recommended, but to save gas, and you couldn't see where you were going.
The Amagiri has to get out of these waters before daybreak, when air attacks are a real threat. It increases its speed.
I saw the outline of the destroyer then right in front of me. He must have been doing about 30 knots.
Suddenly, out of nowhere, before the 109 can react, the Amagiri emerges out of the black night and slices PT-109 clean in half. In a fireball, 2 of the men die instantly, and the boat's fuel tanks rupture. The sea becomes a blazing inferno.
We thought that, oh man, they're gone, you know, that kind of an explosion and the fire and everything. We didn't think that they could possibly still be alive.
Sam Reynolds was a young officer aboard PT-162.
Yes, he just came out of nowhere and cut him in half and started firing at us, and we ran, of course, zigzagging and laying smoke, and got away from him.
And we left all the 109 and the crew there, and we took off for someplace.
Buoyancy keeps some of the twisted wreckage afloat, and the men crawl onto what's left of their boat. As dawn breaks, Kennedy decides to take the 11 surviving crew ashore to Plum Pudding Island, where he hopes they will not be discovered by patrols from the nearby Japanese garrison on Gizo. He leads the way, dragging a badly burned crewman with a strap of his life jacket clenched in his teeth. It takes the exhausted crew 4 hours to swim to the beach, just 3.5 miles away. The next night, Kennedy packs a revolver and lantern and swims out into the strait. He hopes to alert a rescue vessel, but is not spotted. The survivors are marooned for 4 days. Their diet of coconut dwindles, but Kennedy refuses to give up. On the 5th day, natives spot them, and Kennedy carves a message on a coconut asking for rescue, which the natives take to a US Navy base on another island. Orders are given to PT Boat 157, which picks the men up. Their terrifying week-long ordeal is finally over. Their 26-year-old lieutenant, John F. Kennedy, had risked his life to ensure his men's safety. He was hailed as a hero and awarded the Navy and Marine Life-Saving Medal.